The 6 days of official funeral ceremonies honoring the life and legacy of U.S. President Jimmy Carter concluded in his home state of Georgia, where the former U.S. presidents reunited at his funeral. Now, Voice of America's Kane Faribault has more.
In a rare moment uniting all 5 living presidents, the country said goodbye to the 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, in official state ceremonies at the National Cathedral in Washington. President Joe Biden delivered the eulogy for a man he has known since supporting his 1976 campaign for the presidency.
I was the first senator outside of Georgia, maybe the first senator, to endorse his candidacy for president. It was an endorsement based on what I believe is Jimmy Carter's enduring attribute: character.
The son of President Gerald Ford, Carter's Republican rival for the White House in 1976, also delivered a eulogy his late father wrote to honor his successor.
Honesty and truth-telling were synonymous with the name Jimmy Carter.
Jason Carter paid tribute to his grandfather's legacy as the founder of the nonprofit Carter Center, which fights disease, builds hope, and wages peace around the world.
Essentially, he eradicated a disease with love and respect. He waged peace with love and respect. He led this nation with love and respect.
A somber day that began in Washington ended in Carter's home state of Georgia, which welcomed him back on a final journey home to the town of Plains.
Because this little town shaped him.
Dot Paget, who worked on Jimmy Carter's Peanut Brigade of volunteers in his 1976 campaign for the White House, joined hundreds lining the streets of Plains to say goodbye to the man who was more than a former president to them.
I've spent a lot of time with Rosalynn and Jimmy in this town, and I am so grateful that at this date and this time that I can be back and be with the family.
President Carter put Plains in the spotlight for most of his life, and his final journey through the town he called home for a century attracted media and visitors from around the world.
It is a sad occasion, and America and the world will be less well off because of the passing of Jimmy Carter.
Former member of the Parliament of the United Kingdom, Sir Simon Burns, traveled from England to say goodbye to his friend Jimmy Carter.
I think as the casket passed, the finality of the situation really struck home. This was the last time we were going to see President Carter.
Following a private funeral service at Maranatha Baptist Church, Jimmy Carter's hearse made one last procession through Plains, taking his casket to the edge of town, to the modest home he and Rosalynn built in the 1960s, the place they called home after leaving the White House, and where they are reunited under a willow tree near the pond they fished in for much of their post-presidential life. Kane Faribault, VOA News, Plains, Georgia.
And may the soul of President Jimmy Carter rest in peace. Right, now we'll take another short break, and when we are back,